Prof. Oh.
You're damn right this shit's live.
Holy shit.
Well, that's fuck. You sent me a link. Why are you saying holy
I
shit?
did. I did.
Yeah. You want
Mitch?
me to take my time next time?
What the fuck?
Do you even know you're streaming right now?
Yeah. Okay, Mitch, you there, man?
Of course.
This is all supposed to happen before the stream.
This is a white YouTuber. I don't know, man. I just clicked live. Is it okay for everybody here? I invited Aiden too.
Your name's Mitch?
Huh?
Your name's Mitch?
Yeah.
No shit, can't you read?
Yeah.
That's a lame fucking name.
Dude, come on, Whitey. You don't do that shit.
I'm fucking with it. Oh my god, I can't fuck with
All
him.
right. Be nice to our friends here. Now he's across the pond. He's you know.
Yeah.
It's actually like the proper colonialists we are.
Not gonna happen.
Okay. Okie dokie. So how you been doing, Mitch, man? We was just goofing around on Twitter, and I just, was talking back and forth, and I said, well, hey, we're on stream, and it's like, you took me up on it, so I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Oh, it's all right. Just been busy, just like playing multiplayer games and passing the time away.
Yeah. Everything okay over across the pond and everything, man?
Well, I'm 200 miles away from what happened, so yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, why don't you tell us?
There was a terrorist attack, just in case you didn't realize.
When the fuck did that happen?
Like yesterday.
No,
Oh, wait, no, 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
I don't watch the news. Did someone die or something or get hurt? Or?
No, 22 people got injured, luckily. I mean, as a YouTuber, you really should be checking out on the news,
Yeah, it was the bucket bomb, right?
Yeah, the bucket bomb, yeah.
As a YouTuber, I should be looking at the news?
Well, the type of YouTuber that you are, like, don't you do all the skeptic TM stuff or whatever?
No,
I don't know what you do.
I make fun of funny shit.
Yeah, he's kind of a comedy slash up,
Yeah, I don't watch.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the nobody here, so I'll just.
You do horror movie stuff.
Yeah, I have a.
Explain Cheney, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you knew who it was, man. And it's,
of course I do,
dude. It's like, yeah. One day they're going to find a copy of that movie, and they're going to be able to,
I doubt it. They've not found a lot of classics.
Well, yeah, man. It's like was it silver nitrate that they made the celluloid out of?
I think so.
It's like that shit just like crumbles and stuff.
I think most of them they just burned it.
Yeah, or is highly flammable too. So,
or they recycled it. They would just like delete what was on there and then just reuse. Well, not delete. They would just melt. What would they do? Melt it down? I don't know.
Yeah, they might have. You know what? During the war, during World War II, they took a lot of that stuff and they extracted the silver out of it.
Oh, was it the silver that they would take out? Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, silver nitrate. It's like very exciting. Shit. Okay. Yeah, but it's Lon Chaney was like a hero of mine when I was a kid. I was back in the day. When I grew up, I wanted to be a movie horror film makeup artist. Did all kinds of weird prosthesis and stuff when I was a kid and stuff. So
you don't want to be the guy who did all the blood and gore like in all the horror films in the 80s, but you want to be the guy who makes
I definitely aspired to be like that, though. Definitely, yeah. Shit, I'll give any movie a shot. I tell you a really good movie that's out right now is Raw. Have you heard of that?
I've not seen that one yet. Sounds familiar, but I can't say that I've.
It's French, and it's a nice new take on cannibalism.
It's a nice new take on cannibalism.
It is, yeah, exactly. It's I like the way they approach it. It's about these two sisters that are in veterinary school, and one finds out that she loves the taste of human flesh, and it's kind of about It's, you know, it's like a double entendre. It's about sex and shit too. It's about, you know, coming to age sexually and sexual exploration.
It's about coming to age sexually. Oh, and it's also about eating people.
Yeah. You know, if you think about it, you know, falling in love is kind of like that. You know, it's like being consumed.
Like people, yeah. I saw that on a Hallmark card one day.
Yeah. Oh, dude. All right. So now I can say I streamed with Charming Man. My wife will be very happy about that. She's a big fan of yours, man. She loves you, buddy.
Has she got the new channel yet? Has she subbed to that yet?
No, man. What? Tell me about it.
Decided that with the old one not doing very well, it was dying.
Yeah.
Either euthanize it and get a new one, and it's working out so far.
Okay, where are you at? Tell me. Let's do it.
Let up. 820, and rising. So I think it's just mostly people that are just finding me again. So that's.
Are you
I'd rather get the same people?
I'll put the link in the description.
If I can get everyone back, then we can get all the new people. Basically.
I hear you.
There's a plan. There's a method to the madness, but it's a long process.
There's a method to the madness.
I'm not quite method acting.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, but people have been tweaking with the new algorithm, and I'm going to put this in the chat so we know.
What's funny is I got a copyright claim, not a strike. You know the claim?
Yeah. And
it's not even monetized because I can't monetize, so I don't know why XXXTentacion's bot. Well, it's not his bot. I don't know why they did it. Like, they're not going to get any money off of it.
Did you challenge it?
No, because I'm not making money off of it anyway, so there's no point.
Yeah, I challenged one that was, you know, clearly bullshit, and I just won that. It was the Roman Polanski. I did a review of a movie, The Tenant.
Do you reckon he did it, or did he do nothing wrong?
I didn't say I didn't do anything wrong. I
mean him. I mean, did he do something
transformed
wrong,
it. I mean? I transformed it to a point of where.
No, you misunderstand what I mean. I meant to say was, do you think he did anything wrong?
Oh, you mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's one thing about, you know, looking at his stuff is that, you know, I have to separate the artist from the art.
Because there's a few people who had relationships with who said that they weren't harmed. Like, well, who was it? Natasha Kinski.
Yeah,
she said she was okay, but
yeah, she was fucking 14 years old, man, and he was, you know, 40. And you know, the girl that he was accused of, you know, of molesting, you know, raping, she was like 13 when it happened. You know, Quaaludes were involved. I know, man.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Yeah, you know. Is methaqualone. See, y'all don't even remember that stuff. Y'all are big on the ecstasy and things, right?
Talk about that director.
Overrated.
Molly now, huh?
You're talking about that director that had to be like shunned to a different country or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's Polish. He grew up in, when he moved to Europe, he moved to France, and he lived in France, and then he came to the United States. His wife was murdered by some of the Charles Manson people. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Her name was she's a gorgeous redhead named Sharon Tate. I mean, just yeah. They killed her, and then they stuck a. You know, she was pregnant. She was like 7 or 8 months pregnant, and they said they stuck a fork in her belly and watched it wiggle, and they laughed at it. You know,
really?
Yeah, yeah. That's some sick shit, man.
Did you know Tarantino's doing a film on that?
Tarantino. Yeah, I guess, you know, yeah, he borrowed that for Natural Born Killers, maybe. You know,
he's doing an actual proper like film on the Manson murders. It's gonna be quite interesting.
Hopefully it's good. Well, cause see, you know, Natural Born Killers, he wrote the script for that, and
Oliver Stone did that movie.
Yeah, Oliver Stone, directed it. Yeah,
that movie was a little choppy. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen that one yet. I only tend to watch the stuff he directs than what he.
It's like every scene is in a different style.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't was a little choppy. Oliver
It was real stroby. Yeah, that I would say it was more like being in front of a strobe light. You know.
Yeah, I feel
2 hours.
that. Didn't he also wrote? I forgot who the director was, but he wrote True Romance too, right? Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino. Yeah, he sure did.
That was a good movie.
That was True Romance. Didn't Lynch direct that?
I'll tell
Scott.
you another director.
It says Tony Scott here.
Yeah, that's who did it. Yeah, Ridley Scott's brother. Yeah, that's who it is.
Killed himself.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, just committed suicide last year.
No, 5 years ago, actually.
Holy shit. God, man.
You're dying, man.
It goes by. The older you get, the faster shit goes by, man. You get older and older and older.
Ridley's nearly 80.
He was part of some good movies. He was part of Man on Fire, Unstoppable.
That's his best.
Which one?
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
That's
his best one.
Yeah.
I know he did Top Gun, but that's his best one.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. You don't like Top Gun?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, dude.
That's another good one.
All right. I'm going to invite somebody, a dude named Sir Adamantine, and I'm sure if you've done any streams,
we know each other.
Yeah, he's definitely donated to your cause. So
yeah.
All right, I shot him to
He's part of the reason why my legs are all bloody today.
That's right.
Get the fuck in.
Did you? Hey, tell him what you did, Whitey.
Who? Oh, Mitch.
Yeah.
I shaved my legs on a live stream today.
Did you use razors or did you wax it?
Razors. I shaved. I am waxing my chest is my next goal.
You should have waxed it, man. It would have been more funny.
I know. I don't know how to wax. My girlfriend's gonna wax my chest. That's gonna suck dick.
You can get like sticker type things, and then you just go.
Oh god, that's gonna hurt like a bitch.
What's up with that with your picture now, man?
Thingy. My Dominguez drew it for me. I paid for it. I did a commission.
Okay. Is it? Are you sporting a mustache now?
At the moment, that's actually a composite of several photos. I think I may have had one at the time she was talking to me, so she put it in there. But it's more of a beard that I've not bothered to shave off at the moment.
I see. All right, Sir Adamantine is in the room.
Hey.
Hi, you two worthless bastards and Mr. Prostate.
Get your dick away from me.
I love that picture, man. That's great.
Sir Adamantine, man. I fucking love you, dude. You're all over Twitter. You're the man, bro.
He is. He is.
Yeah, Whitey. I'm going to miss you when you're dead, Whitey.
I know, this cancer knee is just...
Jesus, man.
Holy shit, I just realized Whitey's avatar looks like Zeus, if anyone knows who he is.
No, but I do know he looks black.
Bass Fizz.
Can you spell that
YouTube.
for me? X-I-R-S?
Zeus, Z-E-R-S-E, and then his YouTube page is Bass Fizz, which is how'd you spell that? I think that's a Z. Can't find him.
Zed, you crazy Brits.
He's American, actually.
I know
Here it is. Bass. It's just normal bass and then a FZZ. No, he looks exactly like him. It's well weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Okay. Man, I've seen him.
He's good. I like him.
Oh,
dude. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a couple of his.
When I first started my channel. I remember that guy.
Yeah.
He's just chill. That's what I like.
He's also black and fat.
He's not fat.
Dude.
He's a little chubby.
I wouldn't call that chubby. Maybe his cheeks, but that's about it.
Oh, hold on, I'll look this guy. Everyone always thinks everyone that I think is fat isn't fat. This guy's fat.
If you have bad eyes, you need to go to Specsavers, mate.
That girl is fat.
Let's not get into that girl who can't.
Nah, she's a thick, 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 if you know what I mean.
She's
a bitch, is what she is.
Yeah, she was really rude to me on Twitter, man. I was like, I didn't do jack shit. I was trying to give her a compliment, and it was like, "Fuck you, man." I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, thanks." Whatever.
Okay, maybe he's not fat, but he's got a little chub on him.
He's a bit big.
Yeah, he's got some. He's doing something with a razor.
He looks like he gained weight since he's first started. I'm looking at his videos 4 years ago.
That's what happens when you get in a relationship, man.
Is he in a relationship now?
You get sedentary, and you got a woman that can cook, and you start making good food, and then before you know it, you're 750 pounds, and
that's how it happens.
Have to have a wall removed to go to the doctor.
Exactly. You have to.
Or get
Have to
winched
do
out of your
that
room
to
like
find
some
your
people.
What now?
Some people have to get winched out. They're that fat.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna go to the room, see if anybody's in chat.
No
Captain fucking Cummings.
Oh shit!
Dude. Does he want a you want to
The
Captain, you want to
Ushanka.
come on? Yeah, he's gotten nuked for the 4th, 5th time on Twitter. He's had
What?
to
So his
create a
channel got removed?
No, his Twitter. Yeah, some motherfucker keeps
I think
crapping on him, man.
I think I joked to him it wouldn't last long when I followed him recently.
Yeah, Mitch. So why did you delete your channel?
I didn't delete it. It's still there.
Oh, okay. You just
I migrated. It's an archive now. It's just like if people want to watch the old stuff, it's still there.
How come though? Did you just? say,
Did you not listen? I told you all before.
I was playing a video game.
Oh, I don't blame you. Which one?
Which one? It's a little baseball game. It's an app.
Oh, have you got Rising Storm 2?
Well, I don't see that. When I say video game, I mean like an application on my phone. I don't game like on my computer. or anything.
Casual.
Yeah,
Casual.
I'm a normie.
Are you a console peasant as well?
I used to play PS2 and Xbox 360 and stuff.
That's okay. You used to be. I'll let you pass. Anyway,
Why do Yankee suck?
it was dying, so I just ended it and started again, and it's worked out so far.
Are you making different content though, at least, or
kind of not like a complete change? It's just different types of videos, I'd say, if you know what I mean.
Well, how's it different?
Yeah.
Less response videos, more talking about events and subjects and other stuff. I'm researching for a history video as well, so
you have like a setup now, like a little desk.
Not really. It's the same place. I just got a new camera and just using what I've still got. Yeah.
Is that history video your great grandfather one?
No, I'm not even going to do a video on that. That's just for me. If it's interesting enough, I will. But what's more interesting would be the whole family history on my dad's side. That would be an interesting video because it's completely unknown. So,
dude, I'm a history buff. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, this video is going to be about the Roman army. It's just going to be something easy. I already know a little bit, so I'm just gonna. Well, I know enough, but I want to know more, and then I'm going to do a video. I'll just try and make it.
Your degree is in history, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I actually did the Romans as well, but I didn't specialize in them. I just did a bit of this, bit of that. I don't like specializing.
So what? All right. So what's your degree exactly? What
history,
or just grand
general.
And
no
like
specialization. Just
Western civilization, or like the whole.
When I say no specialization, I didn't specialize. So I did a bit of Romans.
So the whole fucking world.
Modern, well, not the whole world. That's kind of impossible. But
I was going to ask you about early Australia Aboriginal.
You're not gonna
social
get much. Well, the hunter gatherers. That's about it. Who killed each other before the Brits and Dutch?
I'm a big World War II buff. Vietnam. Yeah, I build when I can. I build models, aircraft, and tanks, and shit.
Oh, you like Lindy Page then? He does that.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff, man. I love. Yeah.
Have you got a?
Isn't that part of the cleverness of your name now? Sohm.
Me or?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Cleverness of my name.
Mitch and Sohm.
Oh yeah. That's World War I reference. I saw a friend of mine did a Verdun pun. I think it was Verdun and dusted, so I said Mitch and Sohm.
Sweet. Well, Cummings says he's going to pop on. So, but anybody here read comics?
I used to, but not as much now. I mean, I tend to buy them after they've published. After they're all done, then I get the compilation.
Right.
Yo, IRATE.
Yeah.
I probably should head back to my Discord because I did promise them I'd be there after the stream.
Yeah. So you're going to go play with your little knob on your leg?
Yeah, the little cancer knee.
Yeah. Why do you bastard before you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
When's my song coming out?
Oh shit, that's right. Did I answer your question yet?
What question?
When you say song, are you talking about the reward song?
Oh yeah, yeah. You answered my question.
That's right, I did it. Your question was who would be my best man, right?
No.
Which one was yours?
I don't even remember anymore because I don't care. I just want to hear you sing "It's Raining Men."
I need the non-copyright instrumental version of it.
I already told you a cappella, which you said what? Because
all you need is a karaoke track that you can get away with that. I think
just your voice, Whitey. It's Raining Men.
I got you, man. All right, I'm gonna be out later, guys.
Peace.
All right. Well, I thought he was going to start singing, man. Shit. Anyway.
Oh, he has to record it, right? I think. Oh, Adamantine, you can do that with Dr. Random Account. That's it. If you donate a certain amount, he can do a song for you.
Who?
Random Account.
Dr. Random Account. Oh. If you got the money.
One of the. Oh, I've got the money, baby.
I just don't know what the threshold is, but.
It's one of the only 2 men on YouTube who are drunker than I am.
He never looks it, though. I say he never looks it.
Oh, he looks it, but he looks better drunk than sober.
Yeah, I've met him 3 times, and he's very quiet when he's sober. Very.
Yeah, I remember that Sargon video from maybe like a month ago. He's awkward sober. He's very fluid drunk.
Yeah, it's well weird. Usually it's the other way around.
And I've been, well, this is my 3rd live stream in 24 hours, and I've been wasted for about 18 of those. So.
Oh, you're such a...
Sweet. You're nursing a killer drunk, dude.
I am a professional, but even for me, this is pretty good.
I call myself one too. I'm retired, as they say. I have consumed quite a bit of different chemicals.
I'm quite proud of the fact that I managed to remember your wife's birthday.
That was awesome, man, and I appreciate you helping everybody remember that. That was very special for her. Made her feel really good.
She and Lady Monkey are just super sweet. Yeah,
she is just a doll. Lady Monkey's a doll too. They're good people. Yep, they sure are. Yeah, I guess the Capitan is not going to come around. So let's see, Mitch. So all right. So where are you at in your educational process as we speak?
Oh, I've finished. I graduated 2 years ago now.
Okay. So are you master or how do they do that?
Well, you get your degree, you get your bachelor's, and then you can choose to do a master's. Then you go to PhD. Done. But I'm debating if I'm going to do a master's or not. It's been 2 years. I mean, I can do it whenever, but I don't know. Rather just get some money.
What would your master's be?
It wouldn't be in history. It would be in something else because I can like move into other places.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, obviously, I can't do some things just because of the fact I'm not trained in it, but I could go into journalism, politics, other things. But I'd have to look up all the different courses because they're different in every uni. They're not all the same. So I probably won't go to the one that I went for my degree. Not because it was crap, but because I think if I go to the down the road, the main university, the good one, well, they're both good, but that's the better one. It would look better on my CV, but that's if I choose to do it. I don't know. Who knows?
Is it comparatively as expensive as in the US?
I don't know. Before I went to uni, it was £3,500 a year in tuition. Now it's 9,000, but some do 8,000.
Holy shit, that's cheap.
Well, no, that's
it really
compared to the United States, man. That is just, you're getting away with murder.
Yeah.
I don't know what the average tuition fee is in the United States.
I would say for an undergraduate, it probably averages at least 15,000 a year.
For public 2-year college, it's 3,520. We're actually more expensive than you. Room and board is 8,000. Total per year is 11,000.
Room and board.
Ah, yeah.
It's
But
a
if
scam.
you stayed at home, it would be all right. Private's ridiculous though. I don't think even private unis charge that much here, as far as I know. I'm not sure. Probably wrong, but I think they're all private actually to some extent, because they own their own land. Like I used to live near land owned by my uni, so I can't see them being public. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It really is all a scam.
Yep. Are y'all? Do y'all remember
my
Evergreen?
university is public. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Okay. Do y'all remember Evergreen College from last spring? Where
oh god,
those cringy videos. Ugh.
Yeah. The guy, they settled Friday. They put a letter out announcing that they had settled with the dude for $500,000.
Nice.
Yeah, it was $450 the payout, and then $50 towards his lawyer. To pay for his legal fees and stuff. And they said, of course, they said, this is not an admission of, we don't, blah blah blah. It was all. I can read the letter to you if you want to hear it. Give me a second.
Those students should have been beaten.
They should have got the buttons on their faces.
Well, as a matter of fact, Monday is the beginning of freshman orientation. So we should be getting a lot of entertaining shit coming from them, especially because of what this letter says. All right, I took some notes on the letter, so I apologize. More concise versions available through this dude named Benjamin Boyce. He's a graduate of the school, and he has done an incredible job documenting the how it's degenerated into this, with this proto-Marxist, into neo-Marxist type of approach, from a fine arts, liberal arts college background into what it's more mutating into. He's also an accomplished writer. He's got like 4 novels out, so and he's on YouTube, so I'm plugging the dude. I really like him. I watch everything he does.
What kind of novels? I'm kind of interested now.
Actually, he read, as a matter of fact, he read like this. It was really weird, interesting writing style. His newest video, he reads it's not that lengthy. It's about 10 minutes long. This sex scene out of it, and it was weird, man. It was really interesting. But here's the letter, okay? And this came out, it was released at the Pacific time. So Eastern time, it was 9:30 p.m., right? 6:30 on the Pacific coast. All right, it's from John Carmichael, who is the secretary to the Board of Trustees, okay? And this is the email that he fired off to all staff, and he's also the chief of staff and the faculty. Dear faculty and staff, working with the State Attorney General's Office and the State's Office of Risk Management, the college reached an agreement today with Brett Weinstein and Heather Hain, they're married, to resolve their $3.8 million tort claim. They have resigned their positions at Evergreen effective today. The college will pay them a total of $450,000 and contribute a total of $50,000 to their attorney's fees. The payments will be managed by the state's Office of Risk Management. Okay, and I'm not sure if it's $450 each or if it's just anyway. In making this agreement, the college admits no liability and rejects the allegations made on the tort claim. The educational activities of, quote, day of absence and day of presence were not discriminatory. The college took appropriate and reasonable steps to engage with protesters during the spring quarter, bless you, de-escalate conflict, and keep the campus safe. This agreement is in the best interests of Evergreen. Years of expensive and time-consuming litigation would have not helped us achieve our mission. As we welcome students and faculty back on campus, let's focus on strengthening our academic community, revitalizing our curriculum, and advancing our equity initiatives. Equity initiatives to become a more student-ready college that is welcoming to all.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a defeat, actually, because you just lost a professor who was sane.
Right. Evergreen faculty and deans are working diligently to provide, there's not much left, options to the students who will be affected by these resignations. To talk about what you're talking about, Sir Adamantine. The deans will communicate with the affected students by Monday. I'm grateful for the many staff and faculty that have worked so hard this summer to collect and preserve documents as required by the litigation hold notice associated with this tort claim. Please continue and maintain these records pending further instructions. Signed, John. And that's the letter. So I thought it was interesting that they're trying to make it look like they were just doing it for the money, which is total bullshit. It was all about principle. I think Weinstein said something to the effect of, I don't know, I can't remember. I don't want to be dragged into this shit. Advancing our equity initiatives to become a more student-ready college, and that's that whole focusing on intersectionality to make the it's just it's more of that bullshit.
Well, personally, I think any college that receives government aid, which is all colleges, via student loans, they shouldn't be able to spout any kind of political opinion one way or the other. It should be straight down the road, neutral.
I agree. I would be amazed to see the expression on the faces of our founding fathers if they saw what was going on in this country today.
Oh, they'd puke.
Oh, dude. You know it. What do you think about all this, Charming Man? I mean, you've kind of...
Well, you got to start calling me Mitch now first. But
okay, I'm sorry, Mitch.
Shit. Sorry. Anyway, well, they're not going to recover from this for a long time. I've just seen in Mizzou, they've had quite a hit when it comes to people applying for their courses. And it's pretty clear that when the students took over, that is a loss of confidence in potential students wanting to come over as well as their parents, because why would you send your kid over there to be educated when they could come back as either a radical or get potentially suspended because some person deems them to be racist, even though they're not? And then why would you want to work there? Because if you do anything wrong, they'll try and get you fired. Well, they're not finished, but they're not going to have good times ahead. And if they're going to rebuild, well, they're going to have to gut some people. They're going to have to bash some skulls, figuratively speaking, because some of those students should be kicked out. And I think some of those lecturers need to be investigated for ethical breaches, because it's clear they're brainwashing the students.
Well, and what's so interesting, and if you go on that dude's channel, he's got like some phone recordings of some of the stuff that went down, and they basically were saying in the faculty meetings, they were saying, people are going to get on board with this way of thinking and doing business, or we're going to, either isolate them or basically berate them to a point of where they have to retire or leave. It's in other words, shit, or get in with the deal, or get out. which is basically what they've done here.
Well, colleges have completely lost track of what they're supposed to be there for. They're supposed to be there for two things. One, to teach a specific skill, which is your major, and the other, in a general sense, to teach you how to think critically, not teach you what to think.
Right.
I agree. Am I frozen?
Is that Cap?
Yeah,
Yes.
I sent in the link.
Finally. Hey, man.
How you doing?
Groovy, Cat.
I'm first off, I gotta say, I am intoxicated.
Hey, me too.
I'm excited to talk to you, IRATE, again, and Charming.
Indeed.
It's exciting to talk to you for the first time.
Is it the
Sir,
first time?
I think so.
And me
At
too.
least-
Come on now.
I mean, sir, I mean, I haven't met you for the first time, but I mean, I haven't met. I mean, I've known Charming for a while. At least my name.
I'm more charming than charming.
That's all right.
I'm not even charming anymore. It's only on that on Twitter because you can't. change
Anyways,
it,
I'm
and I don't
here.
want to do what David Chirat did and just abandon that.
Oh, you can change it. If
How'd you
get
do
kicked
that?
Off, you can change it.
Oh, so did he request to be kicked off or something, or did he just delete it?
So what's your
Huh?
what's your handle on YouTube now, Charming?
Captain Cummings
I
777.
I haven't got a YouTube one yet because you need to get 1,000 subs. No, you gotta get these certain parameters and be on YouTube for 30 days, which is.
Oh,
Did you get a new Twitter, YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
So your new Captain Cummings is okay. I've got the Cummings leg. So did they boot your channel on YouTube?
No,
too,
Captain
man?
Cummings leg is somebody different. Like the joke was a bunch of people created Captain Cummings accounts and then favorited. They started like following Dan Slott because they.
I am Spartacus. Yes. Yes, I love that, man. It's brilliant.
That wasn't my idea, but I was like, go with it. Just go.
That was Billy Cool, wasn't it?
Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure.
All right.
But Dan Slott is now trying to get me kicked off. Apparently, make a Twitter account.
You're roboting, brother.
Or that's what.
All right, back. You're back.
What's that?
You're back. You're good.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm listening. Okay. I'm waiting for you guys to talk.
I thought I was talking, and then he said you're back. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you roboted it for a little bit there, man. So sorry.
Sorry. Anyways, that's it. I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah. Comic books and shit.
Yeah.
Comic books, movies, politics.
Well, XXX Tentacion, he got a lot of unfair stick for basically doing what we do on YouTube, which is call out all kinds of racism. Apparently, he's anti-white now, even though he was basically saying all racism is bad in that new video. I'm surprised nobody noticed that. And if you listen to the lyrics, he's actually criticizing black people more than he is white people. In fact, he doesn't even mention white people in it.
Oh yeah, that one where he hangs the white kid.
Yeah, that was
everybody's like
people,
raising hell at.
People forget.
Ooh,
that
I heard that song.
Yeah, he basically first he baits you into thinking it's going to be another song, but he doesn't. But it isn't. And then he shows black people being hung, but then there's black people in masks, black masks, like say the Black Panther movement. I don't know if they ever wore masks like the IRA did, but they were definitely black guys. They weren't white. We would have known. And then the white kid happens. That bit happens that everyone went up in arms about. And then he has a monologue which ends the video, and it's basically just the same as the video. Also, he shows a few like things that have happened. So there was some that are obviously wrong. So Emmett Till, you know, like, yeah, that's a horrible thing that happened. There was the one in LA in the 90s where that guy got beat up, and then there was, but then the one thing that he fucks up on is Philando Castile, which Castile. It's pretty clear that that guy didn't listen to the police and then paid the price for it because he didn't put his gun away.
That guy's from my hometown.
Really?
Well, the police officer, didn't he get in trouble?
But then in the closing monologue, he mentions something Ali Cole, who killed a white guy, which I'm surprised nobody ever brings up. He's the first person I've ever heard bring this up. And he's trying to say that, the violence, the racism, it's bad on all sides. And then he got attacked for it.
Well, it's hard to play this like race game. It's just like, I think that the people that look at the police officers and the violence that they do a pretty good job. You know, I don't know. At least from my perspective, they do.
And the thing is, like, I knew straight away when people were attacking him for that, it was bullshit, because that's not whatever I've heard him say. Like, he's never said, "Oh, it's all white people, they're all racist." No, he did a Periscope stream, and he's telling people that black people would freak out if their white people was their black people, and he was saying that that's kind of racist to make something like that and blame them for all your problems.
Right.
In the lyrics, it literally says, "Writing while trying to get peace." It's like, is this? I'm paraphrasing, and he's trying to say, is that really what you want to do? You're just breeding ignorance. That's literally what he says. I keep messing with that bloody battery. Sorry.
Well, you know, the whole deal is that people will take that image of the kid with the, you know, the white kid with the noose around his neck, and they kind of run with that, and they haven't. See, I don't listen to rap. I fucking hate that kind of music. To be honest with you, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
But that's just me, you know. It's like, and I didn't know, I didn't know what to make of it. To be honest with you, it was. I'm glad you explained that to me, Mitch, because it's like I was like literally confused because I've heard two sides. You know, I've heard
both of them are wrong.
Different. Yeah, well, the side that what you just said makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You have to take it in context. He's trying to show two sides.
Well, even I listened to one of my buddies the other day. He has a podcast, and he played it the other day. And he said, I don't know if I believe him what he's saying, but what it sounds like is completely opposite from what you would believe just by the headlines.
Oh, whether or not he's doing it for attention or not, well, we can't read his mind. But
yeah, that's exactly what he said.
But considering that I've seen him do this Periscope live stream, it's on YouTube, somebody recorded it, I think he probably does believe it, but who knows, maybe the song was written for attention, and the video obviously is very pretentious, and he's teaching you, but at the end of the day, it's like musicians do this, they're allowed to. It's not like the end of the world if it is an attention thing. At least it's a good message. Yeah. I can't really complain.
Yeah, that's what's the crazy part is. A lot of the time, the message that you would get from rap songs is, at this point in time, the opposite. Or at least that's what you would assume a lot of the times. Rap's
really in a weird position right now because it's fragmented.
Yeah, because you got people like Talib Kweli, who's a big, what they would say, SJW.
Is it wash your ass guy?
That's Tariq.
Tariq is like is the same type of person as.
I know who you mean now. That idiot. Yeah. But then you've got people like Tyler the Creator, who's complete opposite.
Yeah. But who was I just saying? Who did I just say? Talib Kweli.
Yeah, Kweli. Yeah.
Yeah, Talib Kweli's like Tahir, the other guy. A lot of the guys that I'm having trouble saying because I'm drunk.
You mean
it's okay, dude.
Well, the thing is, what I mean by fragmented is it's just different genres. Like everybody's doing different things.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of these people, some of them are just older, and it's like different age brackets and stuff like that. So I don't know, like I think that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it's the internet. This is even rocks happen as at this as well. That's fragmented as well. Like loads of different people doing different things. That's the internet. Like everything's blending. But I guess that's the result when you can communicate with other people and do other things. Like 10 years ago, you wouldn't have seen somebody called Young Thug with Carly Rae Jepsen. It's just
Young Thug. That's still a good name, though.
Yeah, I think his music isn't what you expect. He's not gangster rap. I think he's kind of like XXX, that kind of weird.
I disagree with you there, Mitch. Way back in the day, 1990, Public Enemy and Anthrax did.
No, I mean, obviously, yeah, but they knew each other. They lived in the same area.
Yeah, they did. Like like Cypress Hill and Slayer. They knew each other. They agreed with each other and stuff.
They knew each other. They lived in the same area and they listened to the same music. Like, in order to do rap, you kind of need to have a eclectic music taste because you need to sample loads of different things. If you notice, a lot of the older ones, they've got massive record collections, and then like that's how that happened because they happen to know each other. But because of the internet, those things can happen a lot quicker, and they can just like send each other files. But even 10 years ago, I don't think somebody like Young Thug, who at the time and kind of still is a little bit not quite mainstream, but kind of. There's no way a pop star like Carly Rae Jepsen would look at him and go, "Yeah, why not?" But now they do, and Drake's been doing the same thing with British rappers. Even though they're big over here, they're not so big in the US. And he's giving them like songs on his recent album just to say, "Here's some good rappers that I like." Oh, and he tries to do a British accent and he fails horribly.
Oh, Mitch. That reminds me of something. I've been listening to, and I've actually been listening to them for 2 years, but I was cranking them today earlier. There's a band that's from the UK that's they're called Slaves.
Never heard of them.
No, it's a two-piece punk band, and they're killer. They're outstanding.
Is it kind of like White Stripes? Oh wait, they're more blues.
Yeah, the big hit they had was "Cheer Up London."
Can't say I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Are you done digging a grave yet? Digging at a hole with your paycheck. Are you done digging a grave yet? Are you done? Dead. You ready? Dead, already dead. It's excellent, man. It's just, I mean.
Are they old or new? Are they?
They're new, man. They're kids, man. They're like 17, 18 years old.
Maybe that's why I don't know who they are.
This kid, look up Laurie Vincent. Laurie Vincent. He's the guitar player, and then I can't remember the other kid's name, but they're awesome. So I'm plugging some good punk rock, man. I never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Oh, he looks well older than 17. He looks at least
30. Well, back in the day, it's like you're talking about rap, but when, punk came about, they were saying the same things. I mean, it was,
punk and rap is the same thing back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And when – go ahead.
Well, the Clash did a Magnificent 6 months before Blondie did Rapture.
Exactly.
You have to realize the Beastie Boys were doing punk before they switched over to rap.
You're cutting in and out with your band.
I'm looking up the band.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up the band. He's the same age as me, that Vincent. He's 23. In fact, he's younger than me by a month.
Yeah. I mean, they're cranking out some really good music. They've been around like for 2 or 3 years, man.
2012 it says, and from Tunbridge Wells.
Yeah, Tunbridge Wells, yeah.
Oh, that's well posh. That's just ridiculously posh.
Yeah, they're upper middle class kids, man. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Well, probably more than that, mate.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
Royal Tunbridge Wells, definitely the posh bit. You know what they call that place? The Cotswold.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why they call it that. It just is.
Where the moolah be. Is Captain gone? You there, brother?
Am I still here?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, going back to what you said, Blondie was great, by the way.
Oh yeah, I like Blondie. She was hot back in the day as well. Debbie Harry. Blondie's the band though, people, not the woman.
I know. She
No,
was
not
hot,
you.
she was hot back in the day, not so much now, but
her voice isn't as good either.
Well, she would be like, what, 60 now?
She's
70 nearly.
almost 70 years old. Yeah, she looks great for her age.
Hmm.
You know, it's like, yeah. When you get older, you start like, you know, you recalibrate your tastes. You know.
But Rapture and Call Me, those were like wonderful songs.
Yeah, man.
Well, what was it? We have a concert where I am, where they had George Clinton and the P-Funk.
Oh yeah,
like 2 years ago, and they had Public Enemy last year. I don't know who we have this year. I'll have to look up and see who it is. But it's like every year we have like these classic rap people. And it's just like they created the genre, and it's like a free concert every year. And you go there and you're just like, oh my god! Like
it's just a shame we won't get any Beastie Boys anymore.
No, we won't get the Beastie Boys. The thing, like we were talking about, punk and hip hop is like the same back then. They really were, because the Beastie Boys were a punk band and they switched to hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I saw let's see, Run DMC. It was, I can't remember that. I got free tickets.
I got a picture with this guy at one of the comic book conventions. He started his own publishing house. It was awesome.
Who?
DMC, whatever the heck his actual name is.
Daryl Mack.
Yeah, Daryl,
the tall guy. Yeah, the big guy. Yeah, yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, that show was like them with Public Enemy, Will Smith. You know, remember he was a rapper at one time.
Yeah, he was awesome back in the day.
Yeah. What was that one about parents just don't understand?
Parents don't understand.
And this other band called JJ Fad, Supersonic. Yeah, see, I'm old as fuck, so it's like
they always talk about, like they always clown on Will Smith because he's kind of a jokester and he's cheesy. He doesn't like to curse and all that stuff. But that was solely because he wanted parents to let kids listen to his album.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so nowadays, people clown on him, but it's like, listen to his stuff, and what he was doing.
They laughed at him back then too.
I love Nightmare on My Street.
Sure.
That's a great song. About Freddy Krueger and shit. That's a great song.
Dokken did Dream Warriors, didn't they?
Yeah.
Although,
think about Blondie, One Way or Another.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Is that the Calypso one, or is that a different? Oh, am I thinking of
One Way or Another? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. One way. Maybe next.
Oh, I was trying what was that song that I really hate from them, which is just really shit reggae song? I can't stand
The
it.
Tide is High.
Ugh, I can't stand that song.
I love that song.
See, I'm an Alabama football fan, and and I live in there, so every time the Tide is, they play it every game and shit, man. Yeah, I'm a little tired of it myself, but I can, as long as Bama wins, I don't care.
She was Madonna before Madonna.
Indeed.
That's what's funny.
Indeed.
Because and they talk about Madonna all the time, and it's like Madonna was. I mean, she was all right.
I mean, we had Kate Bush before Madonna.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Brit thing. I only know who you're talking about because of Peter Gabriel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peter bloody Gabriel. I love Peter Gabriel. Although Phil Collins needs more love. Like he needs to have a little bit more of a popularity surge because he did.
Yeah, Peter Gabriel was better.
Obviously, Peter Gabriel was better, but Phil was the better drummer because both of them started off as drummers back in the day before they joined Genesis. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, Gabriel is, you know, did the pretty much the singing and keyboards, you know, it's like a, yeah.
Well,
Collins is a natural drummer.
He did the flute, and then Tony Banks was the keyboard player. Yeah.
Yeah. I love them, man. I love the Games Without Frontiers that I think it's called 3 is the
that's number 3, yeah. Number 3.
Melted Face album cover, man. That is just a great song, man.
The whole album's good.
The Peter Gabriel So album is one of my favorites.
Is that the first one?
Which had Kate Bush in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean So?
She sang backup, yeah.
Don't Give Up.
Don't Give Up?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you don't have friends.
Do it. Yeah, she's awesome.
That whole album, every song was good.
Sledgehammer, Red Rain. I know all his albums, although he's too slow these days. Like, come on, mate, you're nearly 70. Get an album out.
Pick it up, dude. Pick up the pace.
It'll probably all come out when he dies. Like he did have one that he was recording, but then he just abandoned it and did cover albums. It was like, oh, why are you doing that? Come on, you're better than this. There's a British band. There's like they're from near me. That's not quite Manchester, but they're from a place called Bury called Elbow, and they've compared their singer to him, but they don't sound the same. They're just husky. And they're all right. Elbow. They became an unexpected success, but just a bit too laid back.
God, why is everybody getting drunk tonight, man? It's interesting.
I'm always getting drunk.
Sunday night and everybody's getting trashed. It's hilarious.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of good dead musicians, I need to go visit the Prince Museum because
dude,
he lives here or lived here.
Yeah.
He lived where?
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he was from.
Yeah. It's the studios up there, man. It was a fucking state-of-the-art, beautiful studio in his house.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Paisley Park is like 20 minutes away from where I live.
Apparently, he had a microphone everywhere he was, so he could just record like an idea on the go.
In the bathroom and shit. Yeah, he had a recording set up in his bathroom.
Hey, bathrooms are good for drums.
Well, yeah, you can get that reverberation, you know, so you can sing and get a little reverb going.
It's what the Red Hot Chili Peppers did for Blood Sugar Sex Magic. They recorded all the drums in the mansion bathroom. That's why.
Bathroom.
Yeah,
they did it in a haunted mansion, was it, or just a nice one? I don't know.
Was it fuck, what is that? The Magicians. I can't remember that. The Haunted Castle or some shit like that. Yeah.
I find Californication.
That's my favorite album, though. I love that.
Yeah, that's my favorite of theirs, but I don't like I like Californication as an album, but the song's overrated. It just doesn't go anywhere. It's just like
I think the song's all right. It's just like a regular pop song.
Yeah, they just
doesn't build up to anything.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and
you know,
the guitar player freaked out and shit.
I used to really like them until I saw them in a concert, and they were a bunch of fuckers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's what I've heard too.
It was back in the day where the Foo Fighters opened for them, and they were much better. But the Chili Peppers, they gave off the vibe of you should be honored that we're here.
Yeah.
I
saw him at a bar, man. And Flea and I, after the show, we had like 3 beers together, and we were talking, and he was talking to me in this fake British accent.
Why?
I thought he had been in a band that was from Britain called Gang of Four, and so he was fucking with me the whole time, man.
He wasn't in Gang of Four.
I know, I know that now, man. But then it was like, you know, I was just like, anyway, it's funny.
I get the impression that Anthony Kiedis was the true dick.
Yeah.
He needed some heroin to mellow him out.
As a matter of fact, that gig, Halal, the guitar player that OD'd, he asked me if I could get him some K4s. Do you know what that is? It's this stuff called Dilaudid.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yes, it's synthetic heroin. The pills have the letter K and then a -4 on them. I think they're about 40 milligrams.
The loudest gig I've never been to was the Foo Fighters. You could hear them across the city. They were that loud. I don't know how that was legal.
Oh, dude, let's see. The loudest gig I ever saw, Judas Priest and Iron Maiden.
Well, this is the loudest I've never seen. And I was only living like across the street from the stadium that they went to perform. It's called the LCCC, Lancashire County Cricket Club.
Yeah.
And that was the site of my second gig that I went to, and that was to see Muse. That was fucking awesome. That was so good. Like the set was so big, you could see it from my house. It was that big. It had an eye. It was like a Orwellian type thing because the album was like based on 1984.
Oh wow!
And, it was well cool. Although the monitors were shit because like you couldn't see them because they were trying to be too arty-farty. So, but it was still good. But apparently the sound was really bad at the back, that gig. But I was in the middle, so it was perfect for me.
Yeah, that's interesting because that reminds me of that Public Enemy show I saw. When they opened up, it's like it was either 6 or 4. It was an even number of guys came out with Uzis.
Oh
right?
Yeah,
and they sat up in front of the whole march and they marched right with their Uzis, trained on the crowd the whole fucking show. And it was the Flavor Flav got in a fight with somebody because they wanted to wear his hat and shit. And that dude, he was fucked up, man. And he got in a fist fight with this dude in the audience. He jumped down. It was like an extension coming off the stage where he would go out.
That's punk, isn't it? That would happen all the time. like
a tongue. And yeah, that was crazy, man.
Theater, man. That's what it is.
Indeed. But
I remember the best band live that I've heard is Slayer.
Oh, dude.
Those guys, every single one of their live songs sounds better than anything they've ever recorded.
Yep. They're excellent, man.
They have live only songs? Or do you mean just when they perform live it's better because
just when they perform live it sounds better than anything they've ever recorded?
Because there's some bands just have like live only songs. So
right.
Or at least it used to be a thing. I don't know if it is now.
There's a band called Steel Pulse that's like a
oh yeah, from Birmingham. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And their lead guitar player only does the leads live, and he's like David Gilmour.
Is he really?
Pink Floyd. Oh my God, that dude is just incredible, and he never plays on the albums, man. Not even their live albums. He's got some kind of religious thing where he literally believes that if he's like captured live on, with this picture, he believes that, man. That he captures his soul. He's
Oh yeah, that's like a early 19th, like mid 19th century thinking that. Like that's what backwards tribes used to think. Like seriously, people still think that. Then again,
yeah, it was really they're all Rastas anyway, man.
Yeah, but I know Rastas and they don't think that.
Yeah, no, but he's weird, man. But I mean, my God, he's one of the best. He's the best guitar player. If you love David Gilmour, you would love this band live, man.
I like him. I've
seen him 3 times, man. That first time I saw him, man, I will never forget that.
You might like UB40, early UB40.
Oh, I love them, man.
Red Wine.
Yeah, I saw them. Saw Ministry at this place called Masquerade in Atlanta. Where it's a 3-level bar. Where like the top is where they have the live gigs, and that's heaven. And then at the bottom is a disco. It's called Hell. And then Purgatory's in the middle, which is like an acoustic band. So it's like whatever you want to do, So you cater to like people that were like, back then we called them goths,
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, goths. Yeah. But you know what's weird? Like, UB40's Red Wine is so big, people think that it isn't a Neil Diamond song. People have forgotten. It's that big.
It's a Neil Diamond song?
Yeah, it's a cover, yeah.
He wrote it.
Oh, I knew the song when it came out. I never knew it was a Neil Diamond song.
And I didn't know for years that I'm a Believer was written by him, but he didn't.
Oh yeah,
that was the Monkees.
Face, dum, 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 dum. Now I'm a believer. Yeah, that was.
I couldn't believe
the Monkees. Yeah,
I thought he was a country singer. Like that's what I imagined him. I didn't think he'd do pop music like that.
I remember when I was in the Navy, though, we had I was in Hawaii, and we had No Effects come, and they were great. I don't remember them like ever actually listening to their albums, but live, you know, they just played cover songs, and it was awesome. Is that what they actually did when on their albums, was just play cover songs?
No, but I don't listen to them. But I know they don't just do that. That might have been a tour, maybe. Like
I remember live, it was. I swear to God, it was cover songs. Maybe I'm drunk and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I can't remember the song, but they have one of the best drinking songs ever.
They were great though. Like live, it was awesome.
I've seen the Wailers.
oh yeah, man.
Obviously without Bob.
Of course.
They were so good though.
Yeah, he passed away like what, 1982?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He would have survived.
Ours was I remember I got in a fight because of course I got in a fight. But somebody was there was a cover band that was playing Sublime songs, that was playing cover song, you know, Sublime covers of Bob Marley songs.
Oh no.
And I was just like dancing around. They was like angry about something I was doing, and like then I like danced around them or something, you know, like to antagonize them, and that started a fight, which was funny.
So what did so did you win?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
That's a no.
Probably not. Actually, what I remember one fight was somebody put a shoe in my face, and it was like, if you don't shut up, I'm going to shove this shoe up your ass. And I smacked that shoe out of their face, and then they tackled me on the ground.
You know, it's funny, man, because people that have never been in fights, they never lost a fight, right? It's like, I remember one time, man, I'm a big dude, man. And this little fucker, I mean, he kicked the shit out of me, man. I don't know, anyway. I don't know.
He probably knew that you would.
Hey, I had it coming, dude. Trust me. I was fucking with this woman, man. So
sometimes it happens. I remember being picked up off the ground, and they're like, hey, man, it's all good. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe I'll need to change my name, a human punching bag.
I once saw a fight between two mates, and one of them was being a dickhead in the pub all the night. And then I think something was said, or maybe tried to get with this girl, and then they had a fight, and he just leapt on him, and they nearly went over the bloody like chair that we have. We have like it's like a settee or a sofa, but like it's got two different parts or four, and they nearly bloody destroyed it when he went over him. And then we split them up, and then they ended up like walking back home just like best mates again.
That's dudes, man. If dudes get in a fight, you know, especially if they're friends, right? Exactly, man. As soon as the fight's over, it's like, all right, dude, let's go get a beer or some shit. But women, man, they're fucking evil. I mean, you know, they stew and shit, man. They plot and plan shit. It's like, I'm grateful I've never been in a major fight with a woman, because I would have lost.
Yeah. Agreed.
Exactly.
Women are evil.
They'll get you every time.
So any MGTOWs in here?
No.
Well,
I mean, I'm married, so I mean, I think
by practice, not philosophy.
Well, you're kind of a bit gay.
Well, there's the whole gay thing too. But
I didn't know that, man.
I would MGTOW in a gay sense too. I don't want a relationship.
I hear you. It's yeah, man. It can be challenging. It takes work, and that's something people don't understand. You know, they have this like fucking idealized version of what marriage is like, and it takes work.
No, I think what you and Mrs. Prostate have is beautiful, but my personality, I need to be able to step away from someone for a prolonged period of time, and that doesn't make for a good marriage.
They don't like that. Nobody likes that.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you can do it can be done. It just takes communication during that time. You know what I'm saying? You still have to be able to communicate, even if it's with, you know, sticky notes. Trust me, man. I've gone through like, you know, sticky note period, dude.
I live in a town where they have a lot of sticky notes.
I'm
happy. I'm talking about. Get my job.
I'm happy with a few friends with benefits.
That's right. I can understand.
You don't get my joke, do you?
I didn't hear your joke.
I said a lot of sticky notes. I live in the same town that has the Westboro Baptist Church. Is my joke.
Seriously, man?
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever just gone to one of their services just so you could like?
They don't let anybody. They don't let people go to this.
I think you have to be a blood relative to go to one of those.
Yeah, they only do. I remember back when I was a kid, though, there was like, I can't remember. They're assholes, though. It's pretty funny.
You know what, man? I think if I lived there, I would go fuck. I would fuck with them. You know,
dude, I wave at them and I like smile and stuff. It pisses them off.
Dude. Man, and those chicks look horrible. I mean, you know, it's like, I swear to God. Oh my God.
You're at least 2 generations into inbreeding there.
At least. That's generous, dude. I mean,
and what's funny is a lot of them are better at trolling than a lot of the people that are angry at them. If you watch the videos, like, oh fuck, what was it? They were showing somebody like, that wasn't one of the kids though. That was one of the adults. Shirley, she was like trolling one of the lesbians. She was like, "Oh, why are you telling me you're a lesbian?" She was like, and she said something stupid back. She was like, "Well, I don't know. I have to show you the video, but it was just kind of funny." The whole thing I like about them, though, was that they actually did, like, protect the freedom of speech on, like, just, like, saying stupid shit, you know, like holding stupid signs and crap like that.
No, fully agree on that.
Other than that, I don't agree with anything they say.
The old guy who is now dead.
He's dead now, yeah.
I believe he believed in all of this. His daughter, who is, I guess, in charge now.
Surely.
I'm not convinced she actually believes it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that, you know, if what you're tapping into, Sir Adamantine, is like that, maybe she's like doing this kind of as a pose to get money because, you know, there's like some asshole out there, and really there's probably a bunch of assholes out there that throw them money, you know.
They do make money off this.
So they keep fucking, exactly. So they keep trolling, man.
Yeah. When you have a money train, it's hard to turn it off.
Well, and they apparently at the end, they excommunicated him, which is the funny thing from the church. So it's kind of weird. I don't know the whole thing. But either way, I donated to the God Loves Gays campaign that had a sign. And that got some traction against them, so that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch, you probably don't fully appreciate the craziness of religiosity in the US.
Well, considering that we had a whole Louis Theroux documentary on it, I can appreciate it.
Well, see, I've got people in North Alabama that handle snakes and shit and drink poison.
Oh, the snakes are the best.
Yeah, holiness, man. The holiness religion.
We have a weird kind of craziness because Richard Dawkins has shown some pretty crazy people in this country, but it's mostly really small. Like there's a Jewish community in London where they're all born and bred there, but there was one guy I talked to who's like, he didn't even have an English accent. Like most Jews in London, you know they're from London, but that guy, like you'd think he's from like Tel Aviv or something, but he isn't. He's a Cockney. Probably supports like Tottenham or something. And it's just weird. And then there's a private school that was teaching, or at least trying to teach creationism. I think that was a Catholic school. But then you've got the sixth form that I went to, which is a college, which isn't a uni. I know it's weird, but they were the complete opposite, and they were Catholics. But anyone could go there, like people of loads of different faiths or no faiths whatsoever, like me, could just go there and get an education. Catholic is probably the best you can get in the world, really.
Do they have snake handlers in England?
Unless you're a little boy.
Well, yeah, unless you're a little, well, or a little girl. If you know the nuns, they need their
does anybody know about the supposable Catholic that goes down lineage and it supposedly is in Kansas?
I wouldn't know that. So
I know about him being here. I don't know if he correctly is that lineage.
What do you mean by that?
He claims that if the Pope went by lineage like they used to, he would be the Pope.
He would be the Pope. Cool.
I don't remember them doing it by lineage. Pretty sure he's always been elected, right?
Did you read Preacher, Captain Cummings?
Did I read Preacher? No.
The comic?
No.
Oh, my God. It is so funny. Yeah, because they've got Jesus, bloodline from Mary Magdalene, right? And they just put it on TV, man, where it's like, the living version from his bloodline is this, he's retarded and shit. And it's funny. Oh, my God, it is so funny, man. He's a complete idiot, and they try to get the main character to, take his place because, if the people really knew what Jesus' lineage, who's supposedly the Messiah, is at this point in time, people would just flip out, Anyway, sorry.
Well, if you want to take the Bible literally, there is an extremely good case to be made that Jesus was gay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to have 12 men following me around and bending to my whims, if you will.
So what do you mean by snake charmers? I'm kind of confused.
Okay. All right. These people, there's a part. Yeah. In the Bible, it says, I think it's in like the letters, Peter and Paul's letters, that if you have the Holy Spirit, that you will be immune to snakes, to poison from snakes and to poisons, right? And these people are extremely poor. The music is really, really killer rockabilly. Really, if you really like rockabilly, man, you'll love the music they play at their churches, but they're so odd, Well, they handle rattlesnakes. I mean, it gets to a point of, and they supposedly get possessed by the Holy Spirit, and they do all this gyrating and shit, and they talk in this like, they talk in this shit that's supposed to be, tongues. They're touched by the Holy Spirit. They call it the Holy Ghost, so they bring out the snakes, and they handle them. And of course, people. As a matter of fact, an uncle by marriage, his dad died drinking Drano, which is a caustic drain cleaner here in the United States, which is basically, it's really, really strong lye. It's straight lye is what it is.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So these snake charmers have a tendency of getting bit and killed.
Right. What it is I believe what they do is they try to milk them, before, and then anyone that gets bitten, they develop a you know, they develop an immunity over a sense of time, because you can build up your immunity against certain venoms. But, you know, it's like if they took a straight bite from like a copperhead or some shit like that, man, they drop fucking dead right there. Because they usually just use rattlesnakes.
In my defense, Mitch, I'd like to say this is a southern thing, and I'm from the north.
Yeah, I'm southern.
I don't think we have rattlesnakes here. We just have grass snakes. And
we don't have that shit here.
You don't have any like water moccasins or anything like that, man?
We might have water moccasins.
Those motherfuckers will fucking come after you, dude.
We've got adders.
That is, yeah, an adder. Exactly. Yeah, let me look, because I think an adder is a water moccasin. Let me look it up.
The beautiful thing about where I live is the only poisonous thing we have is a extremely rare black widow, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes like multiple bites from one to really kill you, but it makes you sick as shit.
Well, and you might get one bite, but it'll fuck the bite will fuck you up.
Yeah, well, see, you know,
it'll take like time to do that.
Right, like brown recluse.
Yeah.
What a brown recluse does is much more disgusting than what a black widow does.
It necrotizes the flesh in the outward area. You're
left with a huge, disgusting crater of a scar.
Yeah, it's nasty, man.
That's what we have here is brown recluse.
It's just so weird how we have species of snakes in this country, but I've never seen one in the wild ever.
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now. The adders. They look like they look kind of like copperheads.
Do
you have anything poisonous in the UK?
Yes,
adders.
We've got a few. Well, no, they're venomous.
Vipera versus.
What's poisonous? The only poisonous snake we have. No, wait, no. I think the grass snake or a water snake is the same thing. That's poisonous.
Any spiders or anything?
I think all spiders have poison.
Well, but legitimate poison.
I don't know.
Can drop a motherfucker. Legitimate.
we may have exotic pets roaming around. Apparently, some people bought lions, and some of them have escaped a few times. But
that doesn't really count.
I guess I should have a look then. Poisonous animals.
Poisonous snakes.
The nice thing about where I live is it gets so cold in the winter that these things can't live. So it really is just an extremely rare black widow.
We do have jellyfish. Apparently, have killer whales in the wild here, but I've never seen one.
If you walk in the ocean, you get what you deserve. Those, any of those stories about people who like a shark attacked me, I have no sympathy.
We get false widow spiders who aren't black widows, but they're not like poisonous, but they hurt a lot.
Yeah, are they red?
White, I think. I don't know. Foxes are apparently dangerous, but I think that's just disease. I've seen. Oh yeah, sometimes we get man o' wars just washing up sometimes because of the jet stream. Apparently, seagulls can be dangerous. And red deers are apparently dangerous because if a stag bloody runs you over, you're dead. It's 6 foot bloody 6, weighing 100 kilograms. You're not gonna survive that.
Well, in my opinion, animals that are big and strong that can kill you don't really count. It's about sneaky, poisonous ones.
It's just wasps and bees.
Wasps and bees.
But like, you know, a bear, for example.
I guess an adder is quite small. It's only about 55 centimeters. Oh, that's a meter, but it's not that big for a snake, is it? But they tend to avoid us, so that's not really dangerous. And there's only ever been 14 deaths recorded since 1876. So I'm reading that up, by the way. So I don't know all this by heart.
I was trying to see if there was an American, equivalent.
I just can't believe we actually have killer whales in this country.
Killer whales.
They'll probably be around Cornwall or something.
That's because of the dang.
But they wouldn't kill us. Why would they kill a human? They've never been known to kill humans.
Pretty easy to think a killer whale.
I think that they would rather avoid us, to be honest.
I think the name is kind of deceptive. I don't think they really kill a lot of people unless it's a defensive thing. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever heard of one happening. You know,
no, killer whales and sharks. They seem to know we're not something edible generally.
Yeah,
it's like a wolf. Like wolves that grow up near us, they know not to fuck around. But you go out in the wilderness, the real wilderness, they might eat your ass.
Right.
And if they do, in that case, you deserve it.
You deserve it because you were out the wilderness. You should have had a gun on you to kill that motherfucking wolf.
That's right. You got any weapons, Cap?
Do I have any weapons?
Yeah.
That's non-disclosure agreement.
Okay. NDA. I've got a little Mossberg 12 gauge, man. That's like, that's all I'm rocking.
I'm full of weapons. I have a machete in the umbrella stand next to my front door. Nice. I have 2 9mm and a 22.
Nice. So, are the 9s like semi-autos or
Glocks?
Yeah, nice.
Glocks.
Love me a Glock. Love it, love it. Oh, I love the way a Glock just feels and handles. And not necessarily because they're light. They're just, I love the way they're balanced. I like a good balance.
They're a beautiful piece of Germanic, although Austrian, Germanic engineering.
Yes, they're gorgeous. see, I admire the engineering of stuff, like that. It's like
well,
it's a dude thing.
Say what you will about Germans, periodically trying to ruin the world.
Make a good weapon.
But they are good at engineering.
There's some good engineers.
God, yes.
Well, the MG42 was a very inaccurate machine gun, but it was a good thing to be scared of.
Yeah, the buzzsaw?
The Brent, or the Spandau, whatever you want to call it, the Bren gun was actually more accurate.
Yeah, it was a fat. That Bren was a beautiful gun, man. It was a great gun.
They apparently we built some until 2006. That's how good it was.
Yeah, we're still using the 1918 50 cal Ma Deuce.
Why not?
Cap, have you ever fired one of those?
Which one?
In the Navy, M2.
I've held a SA-8.
50 caliber.
I have shot a 50 caliber.
I've held the
once. I've shot an 50 cal. I've shot M6, M14, 9mm shotgun.
I've held a 9mm and I've held an SA-8. Both very light, and I was 11 years old. I was surprised. I thought it would be really heavy.
I don't know anything about 50 calibers in real life, but based on movies, what fun that would be. My God.
Yeah.
50 cal was cool because we had the tracers on it, and it was like every 3 bullets slit your finger off. It's like, okay. And you could see the bullet going, red.
People don't understand that's the way you need to use a machine gun is in short bursts. It's like
even the ones that we use, at least the ones that I've trained on were 3-round bursts, and you got to keep pulling the trigger. So I don't know.
Have any of you ever seen YouTube videos about the automatic shotgun?
Yeah, I've seen it a lot of times. Those are cool.
That looks fun.
It's the wickedest fun. I tell you, one of my favorite weapons though is that Browning automatic rifle. That's a 50 cal too, but it's like it's only capable of the magazine's like I want to say it's a 7-shot, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and people used to carry a belt. Charmy, you might be into this. The Browning automatic rifle, the BAR.
Oh, I love that weapon.
Yeah, they had that thing on the belt where you could set the butt against it, man. You just fire that thing. You know.
The bipod.
Yeah, it was on a bipod. It was you could use a bipod, and then there was guys that carried it during World War II.
You wouldn't need to if it's a light machine gun.
There's this thing, this belt.
Technically, it's a World War I weapon. Technically.
Yeah.
Did they actually use it in battle? I know they use a lot of French stuff.
There's some dudes were just like they just loved that damn thing.
There was a gangster that had a sword off BAR, but I forgot what his name was. I wouldn't use it.
It was Johnny Depp played him.
In that
Dillinger?
movie.
Yeah, Dillinger, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that though, because it'd be really inaccurate and the recoil must be awful.
Well, a shotgun already is pretty, it's already kind of inaccurate if you're more than
it's not
a little bit away.
It's not designed. They're not designed to be long range. Some of them are, but
yeah, unless you're right up on them.
No, that BAR was designed.
Then you got the spread.
Tear shit up, man. Yeah,
tear shit up if you're right up on them, but
yeah.
Have you seen the Lewis gun from World War One, the British one, light machine gun?
What is it? A water cooled?
Let's have a look. I don't think so. It's just a light machine gun. It's just got this big barrel. It looks like an elephant gun, but it isn't.
Oh, dude, man, that is humongous.
Yeah.
It's got one of those.
Good weapon though. They used it for years.
Yeah, it's an interesting firing mechanism. That is a wicked fucking barrel. That would scare the fuck out of me, man.
Luckily, it's on your side.
If I saw that thing pointed at me, man, I'd be like, surrender.
Considering that it's a World War I weapon, they used that for a long time. That's 40 years of service. That's not bad. I mean, I don't think the Brits used it for 40 years, but actually we may have. Yeah, looks like we did
for a while.
But I mean, if the weapon's good, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Kind of.
Exactly.
What we replaced the Enfield with was pretty good. The FN FAL. It's like that really long weapon with the. Is it?
FN yeah. They used it in the what was it? The Boer or the Boxer Boxer Rebellion.
Well, we're talking about the 1950s to 90s here.
Okay. Well, that was no.
The Enfield wasn't used in the Boer War. Actually, it may have been. Oop. But basically, this is the one that we replaced it with, and the Enfield with, and it was. I like it. I like the look of it.
Spell that for me.
FN FAL. It's just Belgian.
Okay.
By the way, if any of you ever want to watch fun gun stuff, YouTube channel Demolition Ranch.
Yeah, I've watched them.
I love looking at stuff like, that's one thing I love about YouTube, man, and meeting people on YouTube is, learn about these new channels and stuff, or, channels I haven't seen or new to me. And I just fill my brain full of useful information.
What was it? One gun. I don't know if that's the same one, but this guy, he was trying to demolition his computer hard drives. So he put a bunch of them in a row, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to shoot this gun." And there's some random gun. I don't know which one it was, but he's like, "We're going to test this one out." It was like whatever it was. I don't know. We're going to see how far it goes through, and then he would shoot through the hard drives.
That sounds very Demolition Ranch like.
I'm pretty sure it was. I don't like to say that it was somebody a lot of the times unless I know for sure.
I mean, he's done that with water bottles and wood blocks and stuff a lot.
I'm pretty sure it is though.
Have y'all seen the Captain, you know, because you were a naval vet. Have you seen the fucking rail gun, man? That the magnetic, yeah, the Gauss rifle.
Oh, those.
I haven't seen that, but we had the one that was like that was mounted on the Sea Whiz, and it would shoot. It would shoot pretty good. It'd shoot like that.
This thing fires, man. It fires like slugs. That's all. There's no, there's no, right. There's no gunpowder or anything, man. It's just
supersonic speed.
It's magnetic, man. Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 times the speed of sound, man. And I mean, it will fuck some fucking shit up. I mean, I can't wait till we deploy these motherfuckers because we are going to tear some motherfuckers apart.
We had a what was it? A 9-inch
military
front. The 9-inch on the front was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it'd be like you'd see it like boof, and then you see the shell pop out. It'd be like boom, 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 just like bounce around. Sometimes it'd bounce over the side. Sometimes it'd stay on.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can put this in the thing so we can look at it.
Yeah, the rail gun and things they're talking about with lasers, both of those are just
that stuff they talked about. They talked about it when I was in, but it wasn't like you know, it's just now starting to become stuff that's relevant.
They're both fascinating shit.
Could y'all hear that? That's a no. All right, cool. All right, let me see if I can pull this in here. Screen share. All right, I guess I can't. Screen share is not supported. Okay. Just my fucking luck, you know. But I'll put in I'll shoot it to y'all's Twitter.
Oh.
Do the rail gun. But I mean, you know, the idea that it just fires like, you know, metal slugs and, you know, at 7 times the speed of sound, it's just amazing. It's just tear up like, it's like 7 or 8 half-inch thick steel plates, man. And I mean, it just punches through it like it's nothing.
Oh, I remember seeing some, I think it was Lockheed Martin videos of a proof of concept of these. And yeah, it just rips through everything.
Dude, it's crazy. I think that's who it is. You know, Lockheed, man, you know, the deal with this F-35, have y'all heard about that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. They should have quit doing aircraft when Kelly Martin died because, I mean, you know, he was Lockheed, man. You know, the SR-71, the P-38. Let's see, what else did he design? I'm trying to think. But those two are is my favorites. There's something in, but oh yeah, the F-104. It's basically a missile with wings. It's a beautiful weapon. But yeah, Lockheed. I say Lockheed Martin and Carmen Electra. No, not Carmen Electra. Right.
There was a funny story about Lockheed Martin. Well, the story itself wasn't funny. My interpretation, I think, was they own a hotel outside of Washington, just basically for their people to go and, you know, pitch themselves to the government for sales.
Right.
But that has got to be the biggest whorehouse in the country.
You know it.
It's like, oh, I'd like to sell you $100 million worth of blah, blah, blah. Why don't you come here and tell me exactly what your dirtiest fantasies are, and I'll fill it wall to wall.
You're so disgusting.
And I'll use it against you if you don't fucking buy my shit.
It sounds like fun to me.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I've got a weapons question for you. Favorite World War II weapon? No, wait. Let's make it more specific. Submachine gun.
let's make it less specific. V2s.
Okay, I'll give you that. But at least give me your favorite submachine gun, though.
Sturmgewehr 42, dude.
That's an assault. That's assault rifle.
Oh shit!
I think
My
it's a
dudes,
44,
man.
actually.
The M2, man. The M2. You know.
Wait.
Browning.
Oh, are you saying MP44? Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a submachine gun. Sorry, I was thinking of the.
No. The Sturmgewehr is a assault rifle. That was the first assault rifle.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
because I think MP44 also has a similar name in German.
Yeah, but no. If you want to go with machine guns, the M2 has got to be at the Browning 50 cal submachine gun. I mean, not sub, machine gun.
I'll go with Sten Mark 5. That's a good one.
That's a beautiful gun, though.
I mean, I don't like the other ones because they just don't look good, even if they performed well. But number 5 is like, looks nice, and it's just basically the same weapon. It's just got a better stock, and it's got a trigger handle as well. Because the first one,
yeah. I always loved the design of the clip coming out the side like that.
We replaced it with a Sterling, and that's what the Stormtrooper weapon is
almost
based
the same thing, isn't it?
Well, there are a few modifications
to
make it look futuristic. So
it's a beautiful gun. I'm into the design.
I don't think people appreciate how close Germany came to winning.
At the beginning, anyway.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if they would have avoided the Russian thing, they could have won.
They weren't really making any headway against the Royal Air Force, though, to be fair. I mean, they actually, what really killed it was they changed tactics. They went from attacking the air bases to attacking the cities, and that allowed us to fight them en masse, which was the tactic. And it just...
Okay, but don't you think it could have been a feasible solution had they not invaded Russia? To say, all right, UK.
But it's very difficult to not only get the boats and shit required to attack an island, which also owns a quarter of the globe. And they didn't have the manpower, nor did they have the amphibious capability to do so. They wouldn't have been able to do it for a while. And then we've also got to remember that Japan was giving us far more of a beating. I think if they hadn't invented the war, we may have probably been at a stalemate.
Well, what I'm saying is, if they had not invaded Russia,
obviously, yeah,
and regardless of previous attacks on the UK, they would have just said, "All right, ceasefire."
We wouldn't have accepted it. Churchill would have said no.
I love Churchill, and you might be right, and I hope you'd be right. But
I am right. He said that they would have just gone underground and just kept shooting the Germans.
It would have been a very tempting offer, and he would have had all of Europe. You don't trust a fascist, and you don't trust a communist. That's like Chamberlain did.
Yeah, well, that was the policy of appeasement, and look where it got him. World War II.
It pretty much got them exactly where Merkel is now.
Exactly. Did you see V's new video where he was
the export the Germans?
The German problem, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I watched it based on your like.
It's satire, but it's so true. Although technically World War I was not caused by the Germans, they were actually brought into it. But they were made to take the blame, but they weren't to blame.
Do you know what by far and away the largest ethnic group is in the U.S.?
What do you mean, as in ethnic, not race, right? I'm going to say Germans.
Yes, by a long shot.
Really? I would have thought there'd be more English or Irish, maybe French, because they were there first.
Germans.
Oh, maybe because loads of people changed their names, didn't they? So they don't have German names anymore.
I changed my name.
Yeah, they call it Americanizing. That was, yeah, that was a big thing. And I think it was from the 20s through the end of World War II. That was a very common practice.
One of the main Labour MPs for Brexit is from Germany originally.
Mm.
I never even knew that. She went to my uni because I was looking up my university and I looked at the alumni and I noticed her. And she was like one of the main figureheads, but I never saw her on TV. Interesting.
By the way, going back to V's video, I mean, it was obviously satire and funny, but the underlying thought to it is not without merit. Germans are problematic.
Although it depends which Germans. Like people like Merkel, who are just power hungry. Yeah, you don't want them. But the Chancellor. Oh, he was Kraut's favorite Chancellor. What was he called? Whoever he was, I forgot his name, in the 70s or 60s. You need someone like him, because then they don't get all trigger happy and want to rule over everybody.
Helmut Kohl?
Yes, I think it was him. Could be wrong.
I was going to say, can you see like the parallels though between Obama and Chamberlain?
Oh, absolutely.
It's more Merkel than it is Obama to me,
and yes, Merkel even more so than Obama.
Right.
But the beautiful thing about the U.S. is the shit that's happening in the U.K. now. I don't think Americans would put up with it.
Yeah, we say that, you know, but it's like it's insidious. Look at Canada.
Well, but you see, the thing about the U.S. is, number one, we're armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
And number two, even though I think this is quite often a bad thing, in this case, it's a wonderful thing. We are far more patriotic than the rest of the Western world.
The problem is you can't stop an IED. You won't be able to see it coming. That's the thing with it.
We can mass slaughter the enemies, though, is the thing.
Yeah, but you won't be able to see them. They're amongst you. That's their main tactic.
Well,
and they will also be armed.
I'm not suggesting that there wouldn't be a lot of innocents killed in this case, but it's pretty easy to identify the potential enemy.
What's the use of being armed to the teeth if you can't even see them? That's the thing. Like, look, I could have like a nice shotgun, but if I can't see the ISIS guy and he's put a bomb right underneath my seat, then my weapon is useless, if you know what I mean.
It's crude and unfair, but the enemy is Muslims.
Obviously.
And I could see after a certain point where they would simply become targets.
Well, I don't know.
And this is an example of where I think the right is better than the left, because the left will push us to the point where innocents will die, where they could have prevented it beforehand.
Well, hadn't that started?
What's that?
Well, hasn't that started?
I know, exactly. It hasn't started. We keep seeing, I keep being told that we're pushing it and we're pushing it, but nobody's broken.
No, I'm saying I think it has started. I think it started in Charlottesville. I think that, okay, here's the way I see it. We've been in a cold civil war for about 1.5 to 2 years right now. And it's been most of the
That's not a civil war. That's gang warfare.
Hold on, dude. Most of the what am I trying to say? The conflagrations have been verbal and they've taken place on the internet, right? And now it's starting to get to this point where you got Antifa and you've got an alt-right that's rising up. Ever since Trump was elected, there's been all these fake news. What word am I looking for? These fake news attacks on people that are in not oppressed, but minority, cultures, right? And it turns out that they didn't happen. And they keep pushing it, and then the Antifa goes these things. They start kicking over some trash cans. They set shit on fire, and they keep poking the bear, right? And then the right, eventually, the right is better armed, and they're better at using those arms. Okay, it can get pretty. It's like we're on the edge, man. I really think we're on the edge.
I fully agree with you.
Well, in order for civil war to happen, there has to be somebody literally seceding from the Union. Nobody's doing that. They're not fighting over land.
Calexit.
Not even.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, they keep talking about that all the time. The person they don't want elected gets elected. Like, that's what Californian liberals do.
Right.
But we're not talking about seceding from the Union.
Well, then it's not a civil war. Then it's gang warfare.
We're not talking about a civil war.
Then why are you saying we're in a cold civil war? That's what
I think Americans in general, as a gross generalization, have far more pride in their concepts of their country than people in the UK do.
Well, it depends on what you mean by patriotism. It's different over here, the idea of patriotism, than it is.
I think we would much more easily shoot someone in the face than you would.
I've not seen that happen every time there's been a massive shoot-up. It's usually the police that has to do it. I've not seen a member of the public do it yet. I don't think you're as willing to shoot people as you lot think, because you're not trained to. The police are trained to shoot people.
You're
grossly underestimating the ability of Americans to shoot.
We're talking 15 years of people that most of the people that have been deployed to the Middle East have been.
They are trained to shoot. But
Americans in general are largely trained to shoot. Bear in mind, we live in a country that has more guns than people.
No, you're not understanding. There's a difference between teaching somebody how to shoot a weapon, and then shooting a person. Because what they do in the army is they used to come up with statistics, and it's true. 98% of people miss because it's in your head to miss them. Because you don't want to kill them. And they train that out people. And most Americans aren't trained to do that. So you will not shoot them. You will miss intentionally because you don't realize you're going to do it. That's what I mean.
Well, I think this comes down to the European view of foreigners coming into their countries as multiculturalism versus the American concept of foreigners coming into our country and assimilating.
Well, I'm just seeing it from a practical perspective. I don't see you guys having it as easy as you think. You're kind of underestimating them as well, but that's a typical American thing to do.
Prostate thoughts?
What, underestimating the left?
No, the ISIS. And I still don't think you're
I don't disagree with a word that you've said, Charming Man, because I believe that there are, sleeper cells and really just open cells in the United States right now. But on top of that, what I was trying to say earlier is that what we have here is in the United States is each state has what's called a National Guard and Reserve units.
Yeah, we got Territorial Army. I used to live near them. Yeah. Right.
And so each state has its own group of people that we call them weekend warriors. Well, because of the way that the money has been, George Bush instigated to where it was mostly National Guard that has been going over to Afghanistan and to Iraq. So a larger number of the populace, right, have been trained to kill other people. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Think about what you said, but think about 2%. All right, that you're talking about that'll be able to actually hit the targets that they're shooting at. Right. You got a huge percentage of people in the United States.
Wait, how much do they employ then? The National Guard. How many people do they employ out of 300 million? I
do not have the numbers on that.
It's not going to be a huge amount of people, but they're not the issue that I have. Like, I agree with the National Guard and the military, they will be able to, but the average person would not be able to do it, I reckon.
Our military is less than 4% of our population if you include the National Guard. But if you're talking about people who could point and shoot, you're talking at least 30-40%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know. 30-40% can shoot, but can they shoot a person? Only 4% probably can.
I've never been in a military. I could in a second.
I probably could as well, to be honest.
Well, when it comes, and especially, well, see, and then you put it to the point of where you're protecting your family, right? And when it's, when it's your doorstep, there's a completely different mindset that takes place, I believe. And I think that what you're talking about, that part that kicks in, that does, that has, it makes sense that we're hardwired to preserve our own, our own species, right? But when it comes to personal stuff, like, if I'm protecting, instead of protecting myself, if I'm protecting my wife and my nieces and nephews, I'm going to be a lot keener on that, on pulling that trigger and aiming,
Exactly.
And I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's and I hope it doesn't, man, because I really love this fucking country, man, and I really hate what the left are really trying to do to this thing. And they try to turn it around and say it's the white, but it's like I saw this shit happen from up close. I was there in 1980, 79 and 80 when I was a liberal, and. We formed, the liberals were like, we're against, people in churches telling us what to do and legislating our morality for us. Right. And so the left slowly, got their thing together. We went to political correctness. And you've seen what a monster that shit's turned out to be. We're policing speech. It's happening in your country. It's happening in Canada, and they're damn well trying to get it going in the United States, in California right now. First it's the pronouns, and then next thing you know, it's like, well, you can't say this word or you can't say that word.
Although I don't think it's going to end up in civil war, though. Because it's just.
I'm not talking about civil war.
But you did mention it before.
I was
a cold civil war.
I did.
I was trying to talk about that. I need to go soon, so I wanted to briefly talk about that quickly. But the way I see it is, it's gang warfare. Like, they're not really fighting over land. They're not really fighting over. Well, I guess it's control, but they're not. It's like. It's more like control over who gets to have the most say than it is really the country, because the alt-right aren't in a position to do so. And Antifa, although they've got help in the mainstream, there's even a difference between them and the mainstream. And then you've got us who are just sitting here watching. That's why I don't think it's a civil war, because it's just two factions who aren't really linked.
Well, I said it was a cold civil war. It's a war of ideals. You're right.
It's just gang warfare to me. But anyway, go on.
I don't think there's a civil war. Let me tell you what I think. Okay. I think that the U.S. is different from the U.K. and the rest of Europe. I think there is a underlying patriotism we have that you don't have, because we were the rebels. And there's the whole like BuzzFeed social justice warrior bullcrap, but I think that when it came down to it, there's at least 80% of this country that would be fully patriotic. And I don't think that what happens in London, for example, now on a bi-weekly basis, I don't think that would fly here. I think there would be, massive retaliation off of that.
Oh yeah. If it got to be a point where it's happening with the frequency that it's happening in the UK on that scale, I'm sorry.
We've already had someone try to run over Muslims.
Right. Right. I would see, churches blowing up and shit. You know, that's how it's going to start, you know, with mosques, you know, my deal is that I'm thinking it's more the Marxist, man. I really think that and I think a lot of those Marxists are Americans like me and Sir Adamantine. But they see it from that left perspective, that far left, Marxist insanity perspective, which is like, if Marxism was so goddamn great, how come it is yet to go over? And this was the Soviet Union, right? It didn't even last 100 years. I did the math on it, and it was like 98 years. It didn't even make it to 100 years.
But even economics aside, the difference between Europe, all of the European countries, and the U.S. is all of the European countries were based upon history and wars, whereas the U.S. was based upon ideals. And that's why in this disgusting little culture war, we would outlive you.
Probably, but at the moment, this is all a hypothetical, and they're the ones.
Well, no, it's not hypothetical, because
but they're in power, and they're slowly but surely getting the ground ready, aren't they, over there? If they haven't already.
The infestation of Europe is far worse than the U.S.
And it came from you. That ideology came from you first. Everything seems to just come over from you. So
it went from Germany. It went from Germany to California to Berkeley, right?
Well,
and then the hippies and shit happened, and then it came back to Britain, right?
That's if you want to be pedantic about it, if you know what I mean.
Well,
right.
Bear in mind, California is one of 50 states. Granted, it's the largest, but
it's a humongous state.
It's a humongous state, but it's still small compared to the rest of the country.
Humongous. Anyway, I've got to get going now, guys. It was nice chatting to you.
Mitch, you have been a fantastic person. I appreciate you answering my tweet.
Anytime. You know? I always try to answer you, I think, don't I?
Well, I think this is the first time we've really had a major, stream exchange, man, like this. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Let's do it again.
You, Adamantine, we'll be having stern talks with you on Twitter.
we need to get Adamantine going and making some major content over here, man. This dude's got a brain on him.
We'll see.
He needs to get off his fat ass and do something.
Charming, I love you.
I love you too. Anyway, see you guys. I've got a horrible week ahead of me.
Well, you'll be in our thoughts, man. Let me know what's going on. All right.
I'm gonna be so busy. Content's gonna just slow down.
Well, it'll pick back up. And things will get better. All right.
Anyway, see you later, guys.
Thanks, man. Was just you and me, bud?
Mr. Prostate. As I mentioned before on a previous monkey stream, you have the best name in all of the internet. You've heard the story about how it happened, so I won't go into it again with you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I always love the way it just, I love rhymey stuff, and I love puns and that's one of the things I like about Scribe is that, he's just constantly, working on some kind of, pun in his head or something, so.
I love his commercials. I paid for God knows how many.
Funny as shit, man. If he's not, writing for an ad agency, man, he has missed his calling.
You know, both Scribe and Monkey, they should be like nationally syndicated radio talk show hosts.
Yep, I agree, man. They both have it. They have the. I think they've got the good formula, and you know, and I think Some Dumb American is, you know, she's a young person, so you know, but with a little seasoning, you know, she has a lot of, you know, major potential. You know,
she's got a little more work to do. Her individual videos are better than their threesome live streams, but I can kind of understand that because I can see how Scribe and Monkey would kind of just
dominate.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you want to go ahead and we'll wrap the stream up and we'll talk a little bit more to ourselves, or do you want to keep streaming? Because I can
whatever you'd like.
Okay. Goatman says, what do you say, Goatman? Trash can lives matter.
Did you see that? I don't know if there was a video, but there was a picture.
Oh shit! Yeah,
of an Antifa person trying to knock over a trash can that was bolted down.
Yeah, that was funny as shit, wasn't it, man? Oh, that was classic. I would love to have been right there just to hear him go, ah, just to hear those sounds of pain.
Yeah, stupid bastards.
Man, I don't get it. You know, I don't understand why these people don't get the fact that fucking socialism just is not going to work. You know, it's a beautiful dream. You know, it's a beautiful idea. It's rooted in altruism, man. It makes so much sense, but people are fucking greedy.
You cannot defy human nature.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's like trying to prevent a pair of teenagers from fucking. It's not going to happen. You know?
Exactly.
You know, it's like Romeo and Juliet. You know what I'm saying? Man, it drives me nuts, man, because these people are just so, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And all these people that are coming from, you know, all the illegal aliens are trying to, you know, come here. They're trying to leave that shit. And it amazes me that they don't realize that that's what the people that they're going to vote for is going to be pulling for. You know what I'm saying?
Well, our whole electoral system is fucked up. I mean, I would say your average Mexican would be inclined to be conservative versus liberal, but they're veered into being liberal because it serves very narrow self-interests based on politics.
Right.
But I don't think they want the majority of what liberal people want.
No. I don't understand why, you know, why they just don't get it.
Well, I understand because they want what's in their, again, narrow self-interest, which the Democrats will serve more than Republicans. But if they were just accepted, and this is a case where Republicans are failing, if they were generally accepted, I believe they would veer Republican. I think that I'm very pro-American, but I'm very much not anti-immigration. And my view goes something along the lines of, you know, if you talk about your average Mexican, they're probably Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
They more or less have Western values.
I agree.
And I think that those are the people we should embrace, granted in a legal channel. But I don't understand why, if you live in Saudi Arabia, it's easier to get to the U.S. legally than if you live in Mexico. I think that's really messed up.
It's counterintuitive. Really, what the problem is that, and it's a big problem within all. Every process you have, if you want something done, you've got to get a lawyer. And that's what's, that's what the big problem is with becoming a U.S. citizen. It's a drawn out legal process that takes a lot of money and stuff, man. And if they streamlined it and made it easier, all I give a fuck is that it's legal. They're here legal, and they're playing the game just like everybody else is, honest.
As far as Mexico goes, I fully agree. But going back to if you're a citizen of Saudi Arabia, it's easier to get here than if you're a Mexican. I disagree.
That's bullshit. It's not equitable, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
There needs to be an appreciation for Western values. And everyone who lives south of us, all the way down to the tip of South America, has Western values.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? People from Saudi Arabia do not. They don't. They have barbaric values.
I was going to say they've got they've got medieval values.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, come on, man. I don't understand it. It's like, and what amazes me is that the left will go out of their way to protect somebody that'll throw a gay person off a fucking roof of a building, much as less look at them, and they'll condemn me for asking that somebody go through the legal, the proper legal steps to become a citizen.
Well, the sad thing is, obviously the left will do exactly what you said. Especially if it comes to Iran or Egypt. But the right will do the same thing when it comes to Saudi Arabia or Kuwait. It's not a matter of the people that would come here that would make us better. It's a matter of the people who would pay you off the most to get here.
Right. And then you have to question, the reason that they want to do it. Because that's something I don't think that should be overlooked either, is why do you want to come here? Fuck, people lie anyway, but I don't know. This the whole process. The machine that we call the U.S. government is in bad need of an overhaul, and I don't see.
Yeah, that was the best argument for Trump.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. The best argument?
That was the best argument for Trump.
Right. And of course now he's elected and there's a majority in the Senate and the House of Republicans, and they're not getting a goddamn thing done, man. Nothing.
No. He's obviously very imperfect. The best thing to say about him is he's much better than what the alternative was. But people in Washington really need to be made to heal.
I don't know how we're going to do that unless we just vote out everything that's an R and a D and, replace it with an I or an L, and then, hell, I don't know if that'll work.
No, I know what you're saying, but yeah, they're more than willing to fuck over the future of the country for their political game, Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, it's just sad, man. Sending some love your way. I just wanted to let you know that. She just texted me earlier, and I told her that we were hanging.
Who?
So, my wife, Uzi Q.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
I will. Because she was like, "Oh, you're streaming with him," so she was excited. Because yeah, it's been an interesting evening, man. You know, I wonder what happened to Captain Cummings, man. He didn't even say goodbye. It was like he just kind of like just disappeared.
Yeah, people do that apparently.
Dude was trashed.
But
amazing.
But yeah, Western society is in peril.
Yep. Yep. And you know, I don't know if you're a spiritual person or anything, man, but it's just like, you know, there's part of me that, you know, that believes that people have the capacity to be good and to think of somebody besides themselves. But you know, will we? You know, can we all do that, or can most of us do that to a point of where, you know, we can, you know, pull this thing and, you know, right the cart?
Well, you know, I think the main problem isn't people being bad; it's people being stupid.
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
and full of misplaced guilt.
Yeah, or fabricated guilt.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, it's going to be good. Go ahead.
I'm white. I'm fully, you know, ethnically white.
Yeah.
Yet I have no attachment to slave ownership in the U.S. My ancestors didn't come over here until after that was already abolished. So I don't need to feel guilty, and I don't need to pay reparations, and fuck you. And even if I wasn't one of those people, even if I was one of those purely white people who was here like 200 years ago, it's not my sin. It's the ancestor sin.
Right. And you know, the best way I heard it put, and this is a good friend of mine, he said this one night. He said, you know, he was talking about fighting with his wife, right? And it was something that he had done. I think he had fooled around on her or something. And you know, she had gotten to a point where she had forgiven him and they were back. But every time they would fight, you know, she would bring it up and he would get mad, you know, and then he would say, okay, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I did that. And then one time he said, he looks at me and he goes, you know what, man, you know, it dawned on me that, you know, if I'm forgiven, then she's, you know, it's like the gas bill, you know, it's like last month's gas bill. I've already paid that bill, you know, I don't have to pay for that bill again, you know, over and over again. And he basically said that to her, and it hit her upside the head. And, I thought that was really heavy, you know, in a weird kind of way. It was like, oh, dude, that's deep, dude.
Yeah, you either accept it or you don't.
Exactly. And if you don't, that's your fucking problem.
If you accept an apology, the previous sin is over and done with.
Right. You paid that
unless they repeat it.
Exactly. And then you owe another bill.
Yes. And an apology is good as long as you are actually willing to not do what you're apologizing for in the future.
Yeah, that's the definition of an amend, is that you do not repeat the behavior. And you know, and that's a two-way street. You know, and I think that was the guy's point, is that he had, you know, maintained his, you know, his part of the deal. And, you know, it's, you know, he was telling her, I'm paid up, you know, it was time to, you know, either divorce me or, you know, don't bring this shit up ever again. You know, oh, that was awesome.
Well, you know, almost all of the world's messes are based upon people doing, number one, stupid things, and number two, making apologies they don't mean.
I totally agree with that. You know, and that's one. See, that's I was talking about that earlier because there's a YouTuber that's been putting out material that's becoming. It's just, and I don't really want to air out any grievances with anybody here.
Oh, tell me.
I'll tell you when we're off air. But this person is just, I'm just smelling bullshit, you know, and I'm not hearing sincerity. You know, I was a therapist for, you know, 17 years, man, and I worked primarily with kids, you know, adolescents, and they're really shitty liars. You know, and I worked with, you know, adults before I worked with adolescents, you know, and they're much more sophisticated in the way that they, you know, but I've got a gut that, you know, I've learned how to trust my gut when it goes off, you know, it's like Spidey, you know, spider sense or something, man. And when I watch these videos, it just my brain just goes, this is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. And I don't understand why other people aren't catching on to it. But hey, who am I? I'm just some dumb American.
Well, you know, what you just described is most big YouTubers.
Yeah, and when I tell you, you'll go, oh yeah, no shit. But you know, there's some, you know, some of the biggest YouTubers have been nice to me. You know, it's interesting, you know, to see how people like Sugar Tits, man. Every time I've you know, texted with her or anything, she has been so sweet to me, man.
Well, let me just say, I love her. She is my number one, without a doubt, favorite on YouTube.
And she's funnier than Barry. I'm sorry, man.
She's funnier. She's sweet. She's beautiful. She is. I'm gay, but she is the perfect one. She's
Indeed.
So good. I'd fuck her.
You hear that, Sugar Tits? Hey. Well, let's go ahead and end with that, man. And then I'll let you know what we're talking about, who I was talking about. All right. So this is Irate saying Dataludes. I'm out. Sir Adamantine. Say goodbye.
Good evening, everyone.
All right.